Hi there, this is Hart, and I am just hooking you up so you can see my table and my finger. Hopefully I've got you close enough. Hello there, hold on one second, let me see. I'm new to this, that's why I logged on just a smidgen early. I don't know how to put anybody as a mod yet, so that is what it is. Let me see if I can see my own. Because I did the chat before by looking at my phone, it was easier. There we go. Yay, so now I have chat. Okay, so Susan and Scotty, if I can do this right. This is why I'm just a smidgen early, thank you. Susan, I have you as a moderator because you volunteered and you're such a sweetie. And thank you, Vanessa, I appreciate that, but when you, uh, I don't know. I know Susan and I know Scotty and they both were super sweet, and I'm a little nervous about doing the whole moderator thing after all that crap, but I want to stay on the positive stuff. And it's not crap with Vanessa, by the way. I want everybody to know that. So, does everybody hear me okay? Such a delay. Okay, good. Okay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Another wrench. That's what I was reading. I'm sorry about that. I was misreading the wrong person. But hopefully that makes sense, Lynn. What I'm doing today is, as I go through and I'm cutting out magazines, or I'm cutting out, in this case, it was cardstock, but they were just two perfect things sitting side by side, and I thought, wouldn't this make the cutest little tiny book? Then I was in this magazine, and I saw these two images that were really close in size, a little bit off. I even like that I cut out that little tab there. But does that sound like fun? Does that sound entertaining anyway? Now, I'm not going to keep you here all day, but I do have a bunch of them. It's a ridiculous number because this has been on my to-do list for a while. So long that you guys probably saw me make this little junk journal. Not junk journal, this little card that had this cute little lady on it. Quick question. Am I upside down? Don't know how to rotate that camera, so I might just flip the camera around. But if it's upside down, I can just craft these things upside down, no big deal. Okay, good. So here's the supplies that I have. A bunch of little mini books, and in some cases, like this is a face bar that came from traveling one time. I do the videos in my iPhone, and it's not streaming on my YouTube screen right in front of me, which would be nice, but it's not. So I just take everything. Everything is a book to me when I see it. And so this is just a face bar soap container, and I just trimmed off the edges, and boom, that's just a cute little book. In fact, if I was smarter, I would have made it a matchbook. That would have been kind of cute. Oh, okay. I'll move the camera a little bit closer. And see, now you see why I was on early. Hold on, 2 seconds. because I'm still figuring the shenanigans out. No wobbles. So I don't have my normal camera set up, which kind of sucks. I left it at the office because I was doing a video for you guys to give you a tour of the office and its ridiculousness. Well, I don't want to say ridiculousness because it's too early to drink unless you have some coffee. But well, let me say hi to a few people. And just like several of my other favorite lives say, this is a craft and chat. I am not just going to craft. I am also going to stop for a second, look at my chat, because I am not a good multitasker, and chat for a second. So, oh heck, that wasn't heavy enough to hold my iPad. Books are heavy enough. See, I'm still early, so you guys are just putting up with me early. I wish I could go back and edit this live. If I can, I gotta go figure out how to do that, because then I could cut out all my meanderings in the beginning. So in my little set, I have some stuff from when I was making junk journals of a different size that are little cutoffs, and those cutoffs aren't scraps to me because they might fit in my mini journals. So I have little dot paper, little graph paper. I suppose I have extra graph paper. And I have some other offcuts. That's not heavy enough either. I'm gonna figure out a setup here. And then I have just some scraps. And I don't think I need more than this for these itty bitty books. So this will be fine. Just because I love scrapbook paper, I also have a little bit of that. And then this is one of my favorite ones to write on, and I don't know why, I just love this paper. So when I have this in my junk journals, it makes me happy, and I'll be sad when this little paper's done. If I'm feeling like making it junky, I have some British maps from my stash from when I made all those kits before. By the way, all those cassette cover kits, those were from my own stash, so that's why you see some of the same stuff here. Which I'm working on putting the other kits together here pretty soon. I just ordered some more cassettes because I just haven't had the time to go hunting at thrift stores. So this is some other scrap paper that I have, and more info than you need. Just know that it's off to my side and out of your screenshot. Definitely more than I need. So I have my pokey tool, and then I handmade this little cork thing that you see. This little cork thing is just, you know those 12 by 12 sheets of cork that don't have finished edges? I just stacked all 4 of them in a stack, and they were thin cork. It came out to about 1 inch wide, and then I covered it in duct tape on the corners. That holds it together. That way when I do pokies and books, I can go through, and then on the bottom there, I have my mat. Okay, I don't think I need glue today either. Okay, now let me catch up to you guys. Yay, congratulations on your summer vacation, Anne. Hi, Anne. And Vanessa, and then retired and prepping. I am going to mess up your name over and over again, but I would love to just call you retired because that's just fun. And then, let me see. I'm gonna miss names, and that's gonna make me feel bad. And so let me just say, instead of saying everybody's name, that I adore you, and if you talk to me in all caps, I'm not good enough to catch that right away, because I don't know if you guys know this. I share so much in these things on YouTube that most people don't really know, but I have tunnel vision, which, you know, a lot of people say that in jest and make jokes about how, you know, they focus on something, they don't see anything around them. actually, it's true for me. It's it's something that is I've had it for a long time, and it started when I was in college. It just started, the site started going away, and when it did, I don't think I want to do that one. When it did, it was very scary because you're asking yourself over and over again, oh my gosh, does that mean that this is going to be the end of my eyesight? So as it started getting smaller and smaller, which I do have plenty of vision in the focal points, as it started getting smaller and smaller, I started wondering, do I need to learn Braille? And that was a scary point in my life. Very, very scary. And if I just said that twice, it's because, as you can see, I'm not shaky hands or anything, but I'm nervous. Hold on, I gotta think. I can't measure and think at the same time. So that, oh, look at that, how perfect that is. That's almost exactly 2 inches, so I want to be a little bit smaller than 2 inches on this baby. We'll go a little bit smaller. That'll give us a top. And so when you've already got offcuts of your scraps, which I'm always using my scraps, I love scraps. I have a neighbor who gives me her extra scraps. She thinks I'm a little bit goofy. I usually stand up when I cut, but it's good enough. So I like the idea that this one has like a little flip. Wouldn't it be cute if something flipped down? So I might do that on the inside too. Maybe with these offcuts. Oh, that is cute. Look at that. I don't want to put too many in there. Maybe just 2. And was I smart enough to bring the stapler? That would be the question. I was not smart enough to bring the stapler. Back in 2 seconds. I set it out, but I didn't set it in reach. So my little stapler and the cute little colored staples. I do know most of you guys, but I get nervous because it's not just you guys. There's other people who watch, and I don't know. And now I do see, for sure, I do see why people say put it in all caps, because when I glanced over, it was so much easier to read it. And so I am just going to eyeball this cute little thing. And these are just going to go in my junk journals. Oh, look, that's not centered. So that baby needs some washi tape, because I can't handle something not centered like that. So for those of you who were super supportive when I was really upset the other day, I really appreciate it. I apologize for going on there, but there's some other things I wish I would have said. And I wish I would have said that it wasn't for the foundation, because it wasn't. It was just me personally. Oh, that is cute. And I wish I would have said that, you know, there's things I should have seen. And maybe we'll do like one of those, oh my gosh, isn't that cute? Oh, I love crafting. It just makes me happy. I don't want to talk about any negative stuff. Let's just go back to the happy. All right, we have just a few pages that are going to go in this book. And it's going to, I think it'll close just nicely here. And then what I should have done if I was smarter, which I'll do it now, is we're going to make, can I pull off 2 signatures in this itty bitty thing? I don't think I can pull off 2 signatures. Do I have another small one? That's about 2 inches. That's a different question. Oh, look, this is nice and long. That'll work too. Oh, he's kind of small. Yeah, so I'll do that. So I'm thinking in my head, not out loud. But all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim this on the line. And yes, I'm holding my scissors upside down. And then refold these. Because it feels too wasteful to do it the other way. All right, that's much better. Now I'm not trimming off so much. And so it's a little bit wonky, it's a little bit cute, and yes, I am gonna stitch that cute little baby in there. And yes, I do end up with a very messy desk sometimes. It's just how it goes. So this is waxed thread. Oh, those are extras I tossed on. I buy it pre-waxed, but I also sometimes wax my own thread. Oh my gosh, Lynn, you know what? I used to make the same. And so this just takes me back to sitting down and crafting these itty bitty books. And I used to make tiny things for my Barbies. I mean, like, I would fold things back and forth like this. And if you folded it just right, you would have the perfect little cover for your Barbie in your Barbie house. And I'm sorry that that's white, but look, it looks like a little book. And I would glue the pages in there. And I'd have tiny little books. I made little encyclopedias, and my Barbie house was made out of cardboard boxes. And I loved it. It was my happy space. Okay. You know what I didn't do? Is I didn't give myself a whole lot of crafting space. When I cut videos and they're not live, I do things in little segments. I just eyeball this, by the way. It goes where it goes. And now you see why I like the cork, because it just pokes right through with my awl, and it's easy. And those might not be big enough for my needle. And my brain just went into what did I do with it mode on my needle. I have extra needles nearby, but when I was showing you guys all the supplies, I think I buried it. All right, I buried it. And you know, my stapler, I don't have one of those long staplers, I just have a baby. Well, it gives you the opportunity to actually see how I store my bookmaking supplies, and I really don't have a lot. I have thinned down my world so much. Am I on screen? Not enough. Oh, this is annoying how it's tilted too far down. Sorry, guys. Is that better? Okay. So once I get down to this last, because I have a couple of these in different places. This is the thread I use when I make Midori's, and I love making Midori's. This is the braided elastic I use. When I wax my own, I just buy these cheapies. And then all I do is, and you'll find this funny, but I just pull it out and I run the wax down the center. And then, yes, I do end up slicing it. Then I just melt it in my wax thing. Then I have all these different kinds of needles. Oh, I don't want one that small. I did get my other one though. Sometimes I need the tweezers. I don't know why I have them in here, but I must have used them in there. And then these are the different kinds of waxed threads that I have. And a reminder on some knots in here. Okay, what did I just do with that? See, I'm like the absent-minded, ridiculous person here, and I have stolen Shelley's ridiculous. It's a part of my life now. But here we go. And then you know what else I lost is the thread. Is this my thread? Well, we'll just cut another one. Nope, that's my thread. That'll work just fine. You know, I went through all that, and I bet you it fits right through without the needle because it's the waxed thread. Yeah, and it does. And so if you don't have an upholstery needle, the Dollar General usually has them pretty inexpensively. And for like $1 or $1.50, and you'll get like a pack with several different needles in it. And then I'm not too worried about it being super tight, by the way. It's just cute, and it's going to go in one of the little junk journals. So when you're cutting up a paper pad, I think Dollar Tree has upholstery needles too, but if not, they at least have needles. But when you're cutting up a paper pad and you see that there's 1, 2, or 3 images right next to each other, and they're the same size, my brain instantly goes to, ooh, that can be a book. It goes in my I'm gonna make a book one day stash. If you see an ad where it looks like you have 2 things of a very similar size, and it's not perfect, but I can just decorate it later, which I'm not gonna do today, but I can just decorate it later to cover up the stuff that's annoying. And you can decorate the inside if you so choose. Sometimes I just leave it and I decide what to do with it later, especially if I know if it's gonna go in my own book. But this was such a bad day for me. I did put that day on video, but that was such a bad day for me on a different reason that I don't even know if I want to make that into a book. I don't know. But there's my first little cutesy. He's a little bit chubby, and you see that he's not perfect. You know what? That's okay. He doesn't need to be perfect. I can have him go on the inside that way, and he's cute. I did bring some thread, which I think thread is kind of cute. I just bought this, by the way. Gift to me. I love this color. I saw it in the store. And I'm not messing with it. Just not in the mood. So I'll put my little thread things around these guys later, but all I do is just wrap it with something cute, and these might be fun with little fibers, and then stick them in the books. But the rest is going to be kind of boring because I'm just repeating what I did. So do you guys want to keep doing that? I suppose I don't want to get any other craft supplies out, so we're just going to make a little micro junk journal. Grab some scraps, pick a better size. Maybe this guy. I gave him an itty-bitty spine so he can have a thicker signature, and we'll measure him to size. Oh my gosh, look how perfect that is. I might just make him some graph paper. Layer in that. I love scrapbook paper. So it goes in a lot of my things. This is leftover from card making. And these are good sizes. That is just, this, what was I thinking when I bought this scrap paper? Oh, for goodness sakes. I mean, really. I have no idea what I was thinking. I don't know how you people do the crafting and the chatting thing. Now I remember why I just turned that video over and started talking, because I can't even follow what your chat is. So I'll read the chat later. And when we get to the end of the video, let me know if there was private information that was shared in the chat, and then I won't save the chat. I won't make the chat viewable to other people. That's what I meant to say. Oops. So I have 1, 2, 3 that are kind of big. He's too big. So he's gonna go aside. So just 2 for now with these ones. And how many pages do I want in this? Definitely not the same pages. Let's make this one kind of colorful and annoyingly wild. And then I'll pick out I don't want to keep moving my cork board. Like I said, these are just for me, so I don't care if the stuff is just a little bit wonky. So I'm just using my scissors to cut through the pages, and if it's wonky, it is. It don't matter. There we go. I will move the board to cut off that bottom edge, though. Let me see, how perfect is that? Oh, goodness, never mind. That's too perfect, too easy. So these will go, and this is how much of a scrap saver I am. These will go into my little bin of super tinies. I think I call them micro journals in my little notes. Isn't this adorable? So that time when I went to the play, sitting side by side, you know how when they advertise other plays that are coming up, I thought, wouldn't this make the cutest book because it's side by side? And you can see that coming pretty soon, they're doing Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire, and earlier, oh no, later, they're doing Annie. Well, that makes sense. They would have shown it like this on the screen. But doesn't that make the most adorable little book? So I did bring my glue sticks because on this one, I want this to be cute on the inside. So actually, no. No, that's used. I'll find something. I want this to be cute on the inside. And I think that will go fun in my little experience journal. I keep a journal for different experiences I've had over time. So, I actually ran out of glue sticks. Oh, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. So my thread just went flying. I made it fly. It lost its wings or something. Oh my gosh. So last night, I am such a fangirl of Lizzie. Like a ridiculous fangirl of Lizzie. I love Lizzie like I love Shelley. I mean, she just makes me happy. She feels like she should be family. And when Lizzie was on last night, and Scotty, thank you very much for sending me a little note, and so I could have the opportunity to go there and have so much fun. Oh yeah, this crap's got to get out of my way. I got to cut these down to size. But I was giggling like a teenager. You know when those teenage kids get the giggles and they can't stop it? Last night. And I'm telling you what, laughter is absolutely the best therapy. It really is, because I was so freaking happy after chat was over. Oh, I see in all caps. No, the Mama soundtrack is going... Oh, Moana soundtrack. You know, I never saw Moana. What was in Moana? I'm gonna scroll up to see if I missed anything. Oh, I can't do that. Brain's not processing all those letters. Wait, I did see that, Scotty. So I am going to have 2 moderators. Okay. I feel so wise now, able to actually make a moderator. See, that's the big step for me. My first video was just getting on. Today's making a moderator, and someday I'll learn how to chat at the same time. So now I need these things. Let's just do these in little packs of 3. And yep, I'm just eyeballing it because it is what it is. It's just when I get to the top and bottom, I like to use this to get it nice and straight if I clear off enough space to do so. And then I'll fold 3 more like this. What day of the week is today? Is today Saturday? Friday. Today's Friday. Oh yeah, today is Friday. Today, you know, the only reason I know the days of the week, this is gonna be bad. You're really gonna think this is silly, is because I know that Shelly is on Tuesday and Shelly is on Friday, so I try to keep track of which day is Tuesday and Friday. And then also I have T-Mobile, so I like T-Mobile Tuesdays. So Tuesday has like a double little happy. I should be doing all kinds of business stuff. I have a lot of things I really need to do. But someone asked me yesterday, in which I love you, Jane. She's the one who asked me. But Jane asked me if I do the videos of my crafts and swaps to kind of keep the foundation publicity. I'm not good with publicity, but to do that, which would be smart on my part if I was doing that. But no, it's really just my me time. And my original reason, the whole reason I even started doing YouTube, was I always forget what I make, and it drives me crazy. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cute. Are you big enough for this guy? Because that, oh yeah, you're not big enough for that guy. And it drives me crazy because I forget what I make. And so, oh, am I bold enough to just cut it? No, I'm not bold enough to just cut it. I'm silent because I'm thinking for a second. But yeah, all those swaps are my own things. I don't do swaps for the foundation. I do them for myself. I need to bend this a little bit better. There we go. I needed it. You know what, Scotty? You needed it too. You need some freaking joy and some good news in one of these tests. I keep telling Scotty, I saw this t-shirt one day. Maybe it was some ad I was saying, oh my gosh, this is gonna make the cutest little book. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how tiny and adorable this little book's gonna be. I can't help it. I see this and I just want to keep going smaller. Okay, I'll stop. But I keep telling Scotty that, I don't know, I kind of like this sticking a little bit out of the top and bottom. Normally I can't stand that, but if you look up close, how cute that is. And now let's sew in the signatures. And I left them slightly off, and I don't mind that. That's okay. There we go. Make it look more intentionally off. And I feel like it, oh no, it's too chubby for me to add any more in there. Because I like slipping them into pockets. Isn't that a great quote? This came from a Graphic 45 paper pack. And it says, to draw, you must close your eyes and sing. Do I feel like doing it this way? No, I don't. Actually, instead of stitching this one, I think I'm going to just do the thread. Okay, for those of you who haven't done your cassette cover journals, this is how I tied my journal. The cassette cover, I mean. So when I measure anything, and I know I'm going to be going around, you have to have the inside, oh, that's a bad cut right there. So you need the inside twice, because I have 2 signatures, and you need the outside twice, because I have 2 signatures, because I'm wrapping it. And then I give myself a little bit extra. And that's a crappy end. That's better. And then if you're worried about your thing fraying, one of the things I occasionally do on my old books is I will go in and just dip the tip. I'm not going to do that here because I'm about to sew it, but I'll just dip the tip after I do the tie in a little bit of glue. And so, no pokey tool needed, no cork board needed, just a little bit of patience. And so all I do is just grab, this is the center of the first signature, and actually I don't want to lay it on the inside. What am I thinking? Because I'm going to tie it at the end here. So you want it about where you're going to start to tie it, and that's how much is left. Sorry if I keep going off. Oh, hi, Safia. I'm sorry. I really should have sent a note. I didn't see that till this morning, and then I was thinking, oh man, I'm not sure what the time is, and I could have just said, hey Siri, what time is it in your location? Not sure if you want to share your location. Okay, and anyway, brain stopped thinking. Here we go. We go around to the second signature. And then I have a lot of extra. And I do that because I never know if I want to have a thing on the inside. The heck is that thing called? The little dangly thingy. Bookmark. Right, so let's do that. So I'm going to keep pulling it. I definitely have enough for my bookmark. There we go. Which means I'm going to tie all the way at the top. And the reason I tie all the way at the top is because then my bookmark can just flip right through. Over, under, over, if you're making a square knot. You know, you'd think I'd be better at knots, given that I lived on a boat for a little while. But here's a very, very simple little journal. Yeah, I think I should have trimmed it off now that I flipped through it. And it's Midori style. I can add pages to it if I so choose. Like if I want to say, oh, I don't want these to all be facing the same way, just pull it out, put it back in. And it's good for little notes on a journal that you use all the time. So even in these little mini journals, like you're writing appointments or writing something down and you want to pull it out. You know, if you're still in the dating world, you want to give someone your phone number. I suppose nobody would handwrite that anymore. Yeah, I've been out of that loop for a long, long time. But anyway, it's so cute. And then this little dangly can have something nice and flat and sweet down at the bottom. Or you could do it truly Midori style, and all they do is they just tie a knot at the bottom. And it's not even like a real knot. Oops, I didn't mean to. Oops, hold on, let me get, there we go. All they do is they just tie a simple knot down at the bottom and clip it just under the knot. And then if you don't want to see the little flingy up at the top, give them a short haircut. But that's cute. It'll go in another little book. Oh, there's buffering? Oh, I'm sorry. There shouldn't be any buffering. I'm supposed to have this mega fabulous internet that we pay a ridiculous amount of money for. Definitely shouldn't be any buffering. And I don't know how to check it like all the smart people do. So I have to look into that. It's so funny. I used to be a super high-tech person. Now I'm about as low-tech as it gets. I really like this one though. Do I want to do the, now see these ones left over at their size. I'm sure I have a booklet that's going to fit that size. So sometimes I go for the booklet that fits a size. Sometimes I go for the paper that fits the booklet. Let's see what other ones I want to make. Is there still buffering or other people? Oh, good. Some other people said fine. Okay. Yeah, this one's, isn't that so cute? So this is another ad where those are boats you can take. On, instead of taking a normal cruise, it's these huge sailing boat cruises. That's when I was looking for a place. The heck did I keep this for? It's got to be a sticker because I don't keep anything that white without stamping on it. Rabbit hole. Oh, 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 look at that. It's a sticker. Okay, now I feel better. Ooh, is it solid white? Oh, it is. Look at that. Well, now we know what's going on the inside of this baby. It's just going to be solid white. Oh, monkey butt. See, that's why you measure twice, and that's how that works. Oh, well, I guess this guy is going to get an inside. Oh, well. I just use this one. This definitely is a cell phone that is never going to get off my crafty table. So maybe I should write some happy notes in it and send it in a happy mail. You know, Jane, I just looked up just in time to see what you just said. And you know, there's something kind of makes me happy about you cussing. I don't know what it is, but I can just picture sweet little old Jane, as sweet as pie, almost never having cuss words come out of her mouth. And then all of a sudden, bam, lots of words fly. That would be funny. Okay, so when you're doing this and you don't like how the edge ends up, just cut that thing off. I mean, you're already cutting your book however you want to cut your book anyway. And I was obviously not in a great space when I was cutting this that day. There we go. Just make sure you don't cut it all the way on that spine. And you see how his spine is already not happy. So I keep pretty fun little duct tape just for that. Given that, let's give him some happy colors. Are these oh, you know, these are some good happy colors. Let's just give him some real scrapbook paper and send him out of the doldrums. Can't have too many because this is kind of thick. So we'll do just 2. And yes, this is how my crafting usually goes. I start on one craft, end up on another one, because I was going to find something that fit this size, and then ended up working on this guy. So that's what happens. And yeah, he'll be cute. All right, how big are you? Let me just do this right. You're 3 1/4 tall, and then 3 inches wide when I fold it. 3 inches works nice because this is 6 by 6 paper. 3 1/4 doesn't. So let's make it. Yeah, let's just make it 3 by 3 because then I can make it work better. Better as in save the papers. 3 inches. And yes, I have a cutting mat literally sitting right next to me. But it's heavy and it's big. Okay. And so this is, I love these tops too. 3 by 3. And then it would be fun to decorate this little book with a couple little flags off of the top there. So I'm probably only gonna stay on a little bit more. My nerves have calmed down a bit, but I feel like I'm not spending enough time with you guys in chat. All I'm doing is trimming off the white parts. And instead of, if you have any negative comments, oh look, that says enjoy the little things. If you have any negative comments that are not constructive, then don't put them in comments. Send them to me in my email. If you have constructive things like, hey, your volume is too low, your camera is upside down, you can take 5 minutes and, you know, do what does that say? Oh, that one also says enjoy the little thing. Did I look at the same one twice? Anyway. If you wonder what my email is, just send it to help@disabledartist.org. That's fine. So let's do this. So now that I have these beautiful ones done, then I just cut it 3 inches. I did look over and see that you said you entertain yourselves fine, so I appreciate that a lot, Lynn. Thank you. I think I need a new blade. I have been torturing this thing like you can't believe. I took my old, oh my gosh, did I really not cut that? I took my old Army what do you call that? It's canvas, it's green, and it's an Army laundry bag, you know, like the ones where when they move or they go somewhere. Okay. These two are extras. And I cut that with this baby. And I also have, I looked on eBay and there's no way I am going to get what I should, this feels chubby. There's no way I'm gonna get what I should get for my husband's chaps. He doesn't need chaps in Arizona now that we live in Arizona. I'm sorry, he doesn't need chaps in Florida now that we live in Florida. He did need them in Arizona because up by Sedona, it gets cold. Oh my gosh, that is now a happy book. Oh, you know, it does need writing papers though, doesn't it? Maybe they just need to be embellished. Each one needs to be embellished. So that'll go to my It needs to be embellished pile, but his spine is not happy. So let's make his spine better. And yeah, I could get the chompers and round the corners, but you know what? I don't feel like it. Okay. I've already cut little V's in here, which makes me think this would fit into a super tiny Midori. How big are you, did we say? 3 1/4. Oh, that is just too wide, but it is what it is. And I wish I would have done this before I stuck that sticker down now. Look how crooked I am. By the way, that's why I usually do the angles, so it's not so obvious how crooked. All right, this baby is now happy to be poked. He's not as cute as he once was, but you know what? He's okay. And then this is just wasted right there. I know, someone's gonna say you shouldn't fold it both ways, but you know what? It's easier to cut it when I fold it both ways. It is what it is. This guy's gonna have to be set under some weights to get him to sit down. All right, and we need my pokey board. Again, for those of you that came later and now that I can lift this better, this is just cork board that was sold in a store years and years ago. So yeah, this lasts for a long time. I just added duct tape around the whole edge of it. It's almost an inch thick. It's a little short of an inch thick. And I use it for when I do my poking. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you guys today was a pocket in one of these tiny little books for when I don't feel like cutting anything. But I think you guys all know how to do that. And let's stitch this baby. Did I lose my needle again? I did, didn't I? I am one dangerous person with needles. When I clean up my crazy mess, then I'll find it. What'd I do with that? All right. What's funny is I lost it, even though I didn't use it. But I have my fabulous bookbinding stuff, and I'll just use one of the needles in here. That one's probably not a big enough hole. It might be, we'll see. Are you gonna fit? Yep, it fits fine. Okay, this one is a lot less string, but I always use too much, so don't follow my lead on how much string. It's nice when you use the wax thread, it really is. It comes undone less frequently. I make a lot of books, so it makes sense. Oh, in this case, I want to tie it I want to tie it on the inside, I think. Actually, I don't really care where I tie it. Yeah, I want to tie it on the inside. And you got to decide that before you poke your hole. Because if you want to do just one signature and you're tying it on the inside, you start on the inside. If you want to tie it on the outside, you start on the outside. Yeah, now it's kind of hidden. Okay. Make this one a little tighter because now my grumpy book is a happy book. Oh, I was going to say that earlier. So I was super fangirling Elizabeth, right? And I couldn't believe that she would even say my name out loud on her own show. And I know that's silly, and I know that's, I mean, it is goofy. I mean, she's a normal person and all, but I have been watching her for a very long time. And, oh, do you guys want to know a crazy irony? Nah, never mind. I'll leave you hanging. No, I can't leave you hanging, because if somebody said that to me, I would be like, excuse me, you kind of need to tell me. Okay, so this is a negative, but I'm going to turn it into a positive. So the person who broke my heart that I shared with you guys, oh, let's put this away, on that video, if it wasn't for that person, I would never have ordered lace from Lizzie a long, long time ago. I suppose if that person ever had any doubt, ooh, is it me they're talking about? Now they know for sure. But anyway, but I love that. So isn't it crazy how when you look back at some of the things that you feel you've been wronged, you wouldn't have had some of the blessings and the beautiful things that you have from that situation. So I mean, I love Lizzie. I find her absolutely adorable. Yeah, this needs some weights. He's going to be happy when he's done, though, because look how cute this little book is going to be. And he's not even done being decorated. I mean, this is just a semi-naked book. But so these are the ones that I've done. It's 12:20. My husband's probably going to call me in about 10 minutes. I can time it. It's so cute. I didn't get very much done for as long as you guys had to put up with me. But for those of you that came late, this is the first one. It says write your story, and this came out of a paper pad. And I love that it says inspire. This one is my grumpy book. Oh, and by the way, I really like how that little tiny little rows of hearts fit on the mini book. That's cute. And then this one, they each have a different, slightly different. This one's not all that different. That one's tied on the outside, tied on the inside binding. And so if you ever see me making a normal book, then you can just imagine how long I take to make normal books, because those weren't even normal junk journals. Those are just super simple. But with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And before I sign off, though, just take a few minutes to... Oh, I'm sorry. Don't go anywhere. I know I'm going to get a phone call, and I'm recording this from my cell phone. So as soon as a phone call comes in, beep, it's over anyway. So I probably am going to have to come up with another situation for that, but it is what it is. Oh, that one's upside down. Here, put some weight on these babies. Oh, these babies are strong. They're like, I'm going to knock down your... Okay. At that. Well, I'm not good at goodbyes. Like I said in my last live, we normally just say, I'm done talking. And so I guess I'm done talking. So love you all. Sorry I didn't say hi to every individual person, but the reason I didn't do that is because if I missed someone, I would overwhelm myself with guilt, and I'm just getting over some serious anxiety stuff. So please forgive me. Love you all. Bye-bye now.